Hello everybody, this is Courtney and welcome to another speed build. And today, very quickly, I'm just going to put up the reference photo I used for this build on the screen here just so you guys can see, because I drew it out really quickly here at the beginning, but I was looking to do a different type of build that I've never done before, so here I am doing a Victorian home for you guys, so I hope you guys will enjoy this. Yeah, so this build had a lot going on. It had a lot of different parts to it. It had a lot of the octagonal room things in the roof, and you'll see doing the roof was quite a bit of a challenge, and I was kind of upset when I got into furnishing it because I realized I didn't quite make it big enough. So you'll see my struggle there in a couple of minutes. But anyway, so here we are. The basic shape of the house has come together very quickly because, like I said, I did use that reference photo. If I had been doing this from scratch, I probably would still be working on it because I'd never done a Victorian home. So that's why I was using reference photos for this. But yeah, so here we are starting to work on the roofing in the back, and I did try to make it as close as I could to the photo. And yeah, there's multiple photos I'm putting up on here just so you guys can see all the photos I was looking at and trying to get it to fit correctly. And I don't use these pillars, I was just placing them. Not the pillars, the columns. I was just placing them because the roof went out further than like the builds, like the walls and stuff, and I just wanted to make sure I was placing the roofing in the right spots, because with the grid being on the second level, I couldn't see where the grid was on the bottom level, and so anyway, that's what those are there for. So but yeah, I thought this build was really cool because it had like that bump out on the side it's actually listed as in like indoor screened porch, and obviously we don't have any kind of option like that in The Sims. Like, we don't have screened windows or anything like that, or screened walls, so I ended up doing like half walls and just making it kind of like an open porch then instead, but it's covered and everything. And I didn't, like, the original home is supposed to have a door out into that porch area, and I don't think I had room to do that. So if you decide to download this and play in this house, you'll have to go out either the back door or the front door to get to this area. But I thought it was a neat idea, so yeah. So here we are, just picking out some wall painting, like, things. I was trying to make it look kind of like the photo with having like the squares down there at the bottom. I didn't really get the color that I wanted, but I did the best I could. And definitely wanted to use a lot of things from Strangerville as much as possible because I did build this in Strangerville. I'm sure you could tell that from the landscaping and everything, or the the background and stuff. And with being a Victorian style house, that's where I decided to build this. I really don't know where else it might fit. Maybe somewhere in Willow Creek, but probably not this one anyway. But so yeah, we're just finishing the roofing, the trim on the roof, and I decided to move that roof just a little bit. And here we are, just swinging around a lot. Sorry about that. I did try to edit a lot of the zooming in and spinning around. I tried to edit some of that out, but just picking out the door and windows. Like I said, I was trying to use mostly Strangerville on this build, so that was what I was trying to go for mostly, and trying to fit that window in front on the second level there. There isn't really one that fits perfectly, but that one was like the closest I could get, so it didn't end up being as limited as far as packs used as I would have wanted it to, but And then here I decided to add the fireplace with a chimney because I kind of forgot about that when I was doing everything. because in the front picture, like, you can tell that there's a chimney there, but there was no other angle of it, and I kind of forgot about it, so sorry, but I did add it here. It doesn't quite, it just, I don't know, it kind of looks a little bit out of place, and when I was inside furnishing, you'll see I had a lot of issues with it because it's in a really awkward area spot. Like, it just doesn't, it's weird, but you know, you can always delete it if you don't want to use it. But here we are finally going inside, and here was, like I said, where I realized I didn't make this space very large. Like, it should have been a lot bigger, or at least a little bit bigger, but I think I made it work. And this ends up being 3 bedrooms. It could possibly be 4, but in the original, like, floor plan that I was following, this the front octagonal room, or whatever you want to call it, and they have it listed as a game room, and I turned it into, like, kind of like a reading nook. You could probably turn that into, like, a toddler's room or something, but I don't know about you, I don't like putting toddlers on the second floor just because they don't know how to go up and down the stairs right away. So, yeah, I don't know where you would put a toddler in this house, but I guess maybe they could share a room with you. But there I just changed the layout a little bit because I wanted there to be a back door, and I wanted it to match and everything, and yeah, so. And here we're working on this kitchen, very, very small, very tight and cozy, and the dining room ends up being right next to it, and it doesn't look like the Sims will be able to sit at the table, but I did play test it. I ended up having to move the table and chairs just a little bit from what you guys will see in this video. It still looks really close if you guys do download it, but I did play test it and I made sure that, you know, the Sims could sit there, and they can, so that worked out pretty well. It's a very tight, like I said, very tight space. But here you'll see me fiddling with the fireplace. I wanted it to sit in the wall, but I also wanted it to be, like, kind of sticking out, and because they snapped to the wall, it wasn't possible, so that was a little disappointing. But I had a lot of issues with this area too, just because, like, normally when I would build, like, a living room with a fireplace in it, usually the fireplace is, like, the central part of the living room, you know, and in this build it's off to the side, and so it's really kind of awkward. And I ended up cutting out a lot of that footage because I spent, like, probably 5 to 10 minutes just trying to get it to work. And, you know, with how I wanted the couches to be, you know, seated and stuff, and it didn't work out. But yeah, and then this is one of the weirdest things I've ever done also. This bathroom is so weird. I will re-put the photo back up on here just so you guys can see what the bathroom is supposed to be. And it has this, you know, that little octagonal room, I guess it's just what I'm going to call it. But it just had a, you know, tub in there. I'm assuming it would be, like, very luxurious, you know, maybe even on a different level, whether, you know, it was like a step down into a tub area or a step up, either way. But, you know, we can't do that in The Sims, so it's just one level. But I think I made it work for the weird space it was. Turned out pretty nice. So, and since that is the ensuite, I made this one the master bedroom. So the master bedroom is the bedroom on the ground floor. The other 2 bedrooms are upstairs. And yeah, I went kind of not super cluttery with my decorations, but I tried to clutter it up just a little bit. Kind of mixed and matched some different packs. You know, some of it might look kind of, oh, what's the word? Like, some of it's more modern, and then some of it's more, like, vintage looking, I guess, is what the word would be that I'm looking for. But kind of wanted to do, like, a mix match. Like, the people that lived here, you know, like, they've updated some things, and then some things they haven't, or, you know, just some certain vintage things they like more than others. And so, yeah, that was the kind of the vibe I was going for. And you'll see that in some of the curtains, like those are kind of vintagey looking curtains. Other, other rooms have more modern looking curtains. I did put this nice hardwood floor down, so that could be, that could be updated floor, like renovated flooring, or it could just be old flooring that was just taken good care of, whatever you guys want. But and then, the nice tile in the bathrooms and the kitchen. I really wanted to do a different type of tile or linoleum or something in the kitchen area, just to make it look more like vintage and old-timey kind of thing, and none of them worked. None of them worked for what I was going for, and so I ended up just using the like stone looking tile that I usually always use. And yeah, decided to use this wallpaper throughout the entire build. I wasn't very creative with that, but I thought it fit the theme that I was going for, so I just decided to use it everywhere. And I probably could have found like different colored swatches to use in the other rooms just to break it up a little bit, but I guess I was a little bit lazy on that part. But yeah, and then this was supposed to be, I think in the original photo it looked more like that should have been like the master bedroom, and then a big fancy bathroom with the separate separate rooms for the sink, and then separate room for the tub and everything. And you'll see me change the layout a little bit when I realized that that room wasn't big enough to be a master or any type of room like that. So you'll see me fiddle it with it just so I can change the doors around so that people can get to that bathroom without going into the bedroom. So, but yeah, so here's another room that has a double bed. So I assumed this one would be for like an older sim, like a teen, or maybe if this is like a multi-generational home where you have like the grandparents downstairs in that master bedroom, and then the adults would be in this bedroom upstairs, and then this bedroom would be the kids' bedroom. And here's where I said I just messed with the layout just a little bit, just to make sure that the rest of the house could get into that bathroom without going through that bedroom. And so, and also with not doing too much cluttering, I didn't put toys around. So if you do decide to play with this house and have kids, you're gonna have to add in your own clutter and toys and things like that. But I tried to give basic items that you would have, so I made sure that I always make sure there's a bookshelf in my builds, and usually try to do a computer if it's not a starter home. Starter homes are kind of harder to make sure you have a computer in there. But and then here's where I'm adding some more. I'm adding the wall lights there just to give it more of that vintage vibe, I guess I would say, because I think those could be candle lights, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but, when I think of old homes, I think more of, like, wall sconces and lights on the walls, not on the ceiling like we have a lot nowadays. So that was my thought. So I didn't go overboard with them, I don't think, but I tried to add a couple here and there just to make it look like it was kind of half renovated, like I said before. So some of the rooms have more lights on the walls, some of them have more ceiling lights and that kind of thing. So I think I like how it came out. So and then here, this is the last thing I think we're doing before landscaping, is just adding some very modern looking little tables and seating area and the grill for the outdoor the screened porch that's not actually screened in. But yeah, so that's basically the entire build besides landscaping here. As usual, I use pretty much every decoration for landscaping is from the debug menu, so it's free landscaping, just because I got into the habit of doing that on like starter homes and stuff, and it's easier to do it that way, and you have a lot more options too. You get a lot more things than what's in the catalog. So. And if you do decide to download this and play in this house, you'll notice that the big tree in the back is on the other side of the house in the gallery, and that's because when I was trying to save it, it was taking pictures for some reason from the left side of the house, and so the tree was blocking the view to the second floor, and I just didn't like it, so I ended up moving it. But I do like it better on the left side. But Anyway, we are coming up to the end of this build. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Like I've said before, you can download this on the gallery by searching my username crazycordy or the hashtag crazycordy. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Screenshots will be coming up very shortly. If you guys did like this video, please remember to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.